Students, welcome to online class. Today in this class, I'm going to take 8th Standard English, Unit number 2, Sir C.V. Raman. Sir C.V. Raman was a great scientist. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work on scattering of light and his discovery of the effect of light rays, Raman effect. The government gifted him 25 acres of land to carry out further research work. Raman Institute was a dream child of Sir C.V. Raman. Dear students, do you know who is Sir C.V. Raman? Yes, we all know about him. Why? Because Sir C.V. Raman was a great scientist of our India. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work. This is the Nobel Prize. He got this award for his work Raman effect, or the scattering of light rays. So, and government had gifted him 25 acres of land for his further research work, and the Raman Institute, it is the dream child of Sir C.V. Raman. Sir C.V. Raman was born on November 7, 1888 in Trichy. He was the son of Chandrasekhara Iyer and Parvati Ammal. So he was born in November 7, 1888 in the place of Trichy. It is in Tamil Nadu. And his parents were Chandrasekhara Iyer and Parvati Ammal. Chandrasekhara Iyer was a professor of physics at Hindu College, Visakhapatnam. What was his father? He was working as a professor of subject physics at Hindu College, Visakhapatnam. Raman studied there at the Hindu College High School. So Raman studied in that high school. He was very much interested in science from his boyhood days. So Raman was very much interested in the science from even his childhood. Even as a boy, he had made the model of dynamo. So what he did in his childhood, he made a model of the dynamo. During his school days, he borrowed science books from the college students and read them. What he did in his school days, he borrowed the science books from the college students and read that physics or science books in that time in the school days. Thus, from his early days, he showed the great interest in science. So these incidents, those works of C.V. Raman in the childhood, it shows us how much he had the interest in science. Unfortunately, he used to fall sick every now and then, and he was not able to attend school regularly. So he was unable to attend the school regularly. Why? Because he used to fall sick every now and then. In spite of his poor health, he got first class in his matriculation examination when he was only a boy of 12. So what happened? He got first rank in his matriculation even he was a boy of 12 years old. In spite of his poor health, also he got that first class in that examination. Matriculation exam is similar to the first PU examination. He passed the intermediate examination from Hindu College. So then he passed the intermediate exam in the Hindu College and joined Presidency College Madras for his BA. And again he joined the Presidency College in Madras for BA. His relatives wanted him to give up science and take history and economics as his special subjects for BA. So, his relatives suggested him to take the history and economics for his further studies, but he did not agree with that. So, since Raman had made up his mind to study science, he took physics. So, even already he made his mind to study the science. So, he took the physics. He passed his BA securing the first rank. So, in the BA, he got the first rank and a number of prizes. So many prizes also he got in that BA. He passed his MA Physics in January 1907. January 1907, he got passed that MA examination in Physics. After his MA, Raman wanted to go to the United Kingdom for higher studies in science. So after MA, he thought he wanted to go to the UK for his higher studies in science, but his health broke down again and he could not go. So, but he unable to go to the United Kingdom for his higher studies because of his poor health condition. His health broke down again. In that time he unable to go to the United Kingdom. This was the greatest disappointment in his life. So that was the greatest disappointment in his life. He unable to go for further studies to abroad. His relatives asked him to give up his study of science and take a competitive examination in Kolkata in history and economics. Again, his relatives suggested and advised him to give up that study of science and take the competitive examination in Kolkata in the subjects of history and economics. Raman did so. So he took that examination, history and economics, and got along well with his new subject. So he didn't know about the history and economics because he very much interested only in sciences, in physics. So it is a new subject for him, the history and economics, but he got well in the new subjects. He got the first place in the competitive examination and was appointed Deputy Accountant General in 1907 at Calcutta. So what happened in the new subject also in the history and economics, he got well and he passed the competitive examination. He got first place in that examination and he was appointed Deputy Accountant General in Calcutta in the year 1907. His relatives perhaps felt happy to see that Raman had settled down well in his life. So what happened? His relatives felt very happy about him because he settled in his life. He got the appointment as a Deputy Accountant General. But Raman was not happy. But Raman did not feel happy for his job. Why? How could a scientist like Raman put up with the life of a Deputy Accountant General? Yes, it is possible. How could a scientist, he wanted to become a scientist, but he got a job of Deputy Accountant General. So he did not satisfy with that job. He felt like a fish out of water in his new post. So he felt like that, like a fish out of water. Without water, how could a fish live? Like that he felt in that job, but he still had hopes of becoming a scientist and was waiting for an opportunity. But still he had the hope that to become a great scientist, and he was waiting for an opportunity to become a scientist. Even as the Deputy Accountant General, Raman mixed with scientists and took interest in science. So what happened? Even he was in the job of Deputy Accountant General, but he mixed with the scientists and took interest in the science. One day what happened? While returning from his office, he saw a banner outside a building on which was printed the Indian Association of Scientists. So what happened one day while he was returning home by train, from his office to his home. So what happened? He saw one banner, the printed like the Indian Association of Scientists. So suddenly what he did, at the sight of that banner, Raman got off the moving train. So what he did, suddenly he got off still moving train. So and went to meet the scientist who had gathered in that building. So he went off the moving train and he met the scientist who had gathered in that building which the banner had put the Indian Association of Scientists. Sometime later, he was in Rangoon. sometime later where he went in the Rangoon place, he learnt that an institution had bought a piece of modern scientific apparatus. So he hurriedly put on his clothes and went to have a look at it. So again what happened, another incident, he thought that he saw that the modern in the Rangoon, the institution had bought a piece of modern scientist apparatus. So hurriedly what he did, he put on his clothes and went to have a look at it, and such was the interest he had in the science. Such a kind of interest he had about the science in his life. In 1911, Raman was appointed Special Accountant General for Posts and Telegraphs in Calcutta. So what happened? In 1907, he got the job of Deputy Accountant General. Is it? And in 1911, he appointed a Special Accountant General for posts and telegraphs in Calcutta. But when he was offered the post of professor at Calcutta University, he jumped at the offer and accepted the post gladly. So again he got a job as a professor at Calcutta University. What he did, suddenly he jumped for that post and accepted that post happily, very happily he accepted the professor post in Calcutta University. He resigned the post of Special Accountant General, very much highly paid post it was. He resigned it and appointed as and joined as a professor at Calcutta University. After working at Calcutta University for 15 years, he became the director of the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. So what happened? He worked at the Calcutta University as a professor for 15 years, and he became the director of Indian Institute of Science in Bengaluru, and the Raman Research Institute was started in 1948. Again he posted as a director in the Indian Institute of Science in Bengaluru, and the Dream Child Raman Research Institute was started in 1948. Raman resigned his post at the Indian Institute of Science and became the director of the Research Institute. Again, he resigned that post as a director in the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, and he became the director of the Research Institute. Here, he conducted his research in physics until his death. So, here, there means in the Raman Institute, he conducted as a research in physics until his death. Raman was a great scientist. Throughout his life, he was intensely attached to science. Yes, is it? We have learnt about this. He was a great scientist, and throughout his life, he was a great interest in the science and attachment in the science. For the sake of science, he gave up the highly paid post of Special Accountant General. Is it? And accepted a professorship at Calcutta University. For the sake of science, what he did, he gave up that highly paid post, that is Special Accountant General, and he accepted the post of professorship in Calcutta University. He would forget all about food and rest while he was at work. So what happened? He forgetting everything, the food and rest, everything in his life while he was at work. And his wife only had often to tell him that his breakfast or coffee was getting cold. So his wife only remembering him that to have a breakfast and also the coffee, etc. Like all great scientists, Raman had a lot of curiosity. So all scientists having that much of curiosity in sciences. So like that, Raman also had lot of curiosity in the science. Earlier in his life, while on a voyage to Europe, he saw the wonderful blue of Mediterranean Sea. So what happened one day? While on a voyage to Europe, so what he saw in that time, a wonderful blue of the Mediterranean Sea. The sea color looked like a wonderful blue color. So he wondered that. This led to his work on the laws of light scattering in liquid. So that seen that Mediterranean Sea, the color of wonderful blue color, it led him to work on the laws of light scattering in liquids, and it ended in his discovery of Raman effect. So he discovered Raman effect because of that voyage or the scene of the Mediterranean Sea, that wonderful blue color. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for this in 1930. Already I showed you the Nobel Prize. So he got that Nobel Prize in 1930. Raman was a kind man. Raman not only a great scientist, but also he was a kind man. He helped poor people when they were in difficulty. When he was working as a deputy accountant general, a villager went to him with some badly burnt 100 rupees note. So what happened? One day he was working as the deputy accountant general. So villager came to him with the burnt 100 rupee notes. So any other person perhaps would have turned the villagers away. So if anyone was in that post, so they would have turned the villagers away. But what the Raman did, the Raman took pity on the villager, examined the notes himself, and allowed the villager to exchange the burnt notes for new ones. So what he exchanged, he allowed the villager and exchanged that burnt notes for new ones. Once another incident at the Raman Research Institute, the candidate was not given admission as he did not do well in his test. So before take admission in that Raman Institute, they must have to attend the test. So what happened in that test? One candidate failed, but he did not allow the admission in that institute. So what happened when his traveling allowance was paid? The candidates found that he had received more. So what happened for the traveling allowances? They paid from the institute, but the candidate observed that he found the amount received more. So what he did, he returned to the office to pay back the excess amount. So the candidate, his kindness or honesty shows here. The candidate returned back the excess of amount, the traveling allowances, to the institute. When Raman came to know of this, he liked the candidate's honesty and admitted him to the institute. So what happened? Raman came to know that honesty of that candidate. He admitted him to the institute without passing the tests. The candidate was not able to make out why he was admitted when he had not done well in his test. So what happened? The candidate was not able to make out why he was admitted without passing the tests. So it seems Raman told the candidate. So Raman told that candidate that I have admitted you to the institute because of your character. You are not very good at physics, but I can teach you. So the C.V. Raman replied that candidate and told that candidate that he had admitted to the institute because of his character. He was not very good at physics, but C.V. Raman could teach him. Like that, he admitted that a candidate in the in his institute. Those incidents shows how kindful man C.V. Raman was. During his lifetimes, Raman received a number of honors and medals. In 1929, he was knighted by King George V and became Sir C.V. Raman. So what happened during his lifetime? Raman received so many honors and medals. In 1929, he was knighted by King George V and became Sir C.V. Raman. A number of universities honored him with doctorates. He was a member of many international scientific organizations. In 1954, the government of India awarded him Bharat Ratna. In 1957, the Soviet Union honored him by awarding the International Lenin Prize. So these are the prizes or awarded C.V. Raman got in his lifetime. What were they? In 1929, he knighted by King George V and became Sir C.V. Raman. And the number of universities honored him with the doctorates, and the member of many international scientific organization. And in 1954, Government of India awarded him Bharat Ratna. And 1957, the Soviet Union honored him by awarding the International Lenin Prize. Raman died on November 21, 1970 at the age of 82. In his death, India lost one of her great sons and the world a great scientist. So those kind of much having the interest of Sir C.V. Raman, great person, great scientist. He was died on November 21, 1970 at the age of 82. Because of his death, our India lost one of her great sons and the world a great scientist. Dear students, I hope you all got this lesson. Answer the following questions. Who were Raman's parents? Why was Raman not able to attend the school regularly? Where did he complete his intermediate exam? How long he worked at Calcutta University? How did Soviet Union honor him? Dear students, try to answer all these questions. Thank you.